children's story, Secret Mission Cystic Fibrosis. Liana, because my voice is a bit rasp. Liana Venezaki is the author and the illustrator of the book. She dedicated her whole being to this book. So that they can read all the reverse writings in the book. There is also a pen so that they can write and read notes written with invisible ink. There is a card, a membership card for cystic fibrosis. And all these are gifts of the big children to the small children. Before explaining the purpose of this endeavor and talk to you about how the idea for this book was born, let me introduce the heroes to you. It is Chloe, a girl that was born with cystic fibrosis. She's worried that her parents are not telling her the whole truth about what is happening. I identified with Athena, who said that she was looking for information in the internet, and she was finding the wrong information. The same happened to Chloe. Chloe was looking for information about what was happening to her, and she found things that scared her, obsolete information or misinformation, which is something that often happens. As a result, in everything she reads and in the way she is informed from the internet, she gets scared, and this leads her to a denial. As a result, Chloe says no to everything, to all the things that can help her. And there you have Kiri, her pet cat. He wants to help her. Chloe says no to everything that can help her: physiotherapy, drugs, proper taking of the drugs, exercise. She is a normal child, reacting in the way a normal child reacts. Here are all those things that make her say no. Kiri, however, her pet cat, whose presence in the book, there is a first level, the obvious level. His purpose is to help her and introduce readers to the secret mission. But on a second level of reading, this may symbolize how much he cares about her. What the association counts, what they said in the beginning, that we are not alone in all that. We felt someone embracing us, hugging us. This embrace, this hug can be found, or rather is epitomized by Kiri. Kiri is with her in every stage of the book, even on the last page where Chloe participates in a big party. Kiri took his name from a tree, a rare species of tree, a very beautiful and impressive tree, whose main characteristic is that it is the tree that releases the largest amount of oxygen to the planet. To understand its strength, this tree daily binds almost 22 kilograms of carbon dioxide and releases daily 6. Specialists say that it is the answer to fighting the climate change. Kiri, however, also symbolizes a limitless breathing, what cystic fibrosis patients need. But not just they, the whole planet. There is a questionnaire by the Pan-Hellenic Association of Cystic Fibrosis to children and patients. The most frequent questions that children and patients with cystic fibrosis have is, why me? And this is answered in the book. When will I stop suffering from cystic fibrosis? I hope this is very soon. And everything shows that we will find a definitive treatment. And this answer should be answered by our young readers who, step by step, will unlock the secrets. Because when things go out to the light, away from the darkness, they become understood, and this understanding brings acceptance and the force, the strength to go over this obstacle, to fight this obstacle. Be that as it may, the aim of every reader is, together with Kiri, to convince Chloe. Every child is called to convert all the no's that she says to everything that can help her into a yes and why not? So this is a test that children need to solve the secret agents. On the basis of some information, they will have to search in this image. Just like Chloe, they were born with cystic fibrosis, but you will find out that this is impossible because no child with cystic fibrosis can be distinguished from all the other children. When we started this book, we all wanted not to create a character that would have to do something extraordinary to compensate for cystic fibration, to be champion, to save a village, to be apart from the other children. No. Chloe has a difficulty, like any child can have a difficulty, and writing this book for me was a fascinating experience, a journey. In this journey, I was not alone. From the first moment, a whole team worked together with me. They didn't just throw information at me. They were there in order to show that this transient ego is not there. There was always a togetherness, a we that created this book, which I wish will be a fellow traveler and will really motivate children to look for the team, to accept the no's, little or bigger ones, make them yeses in a journey to treatment. Personally, I would like to thank everybody who embraced me in this and made me a member of this team. I'd like to thank the scientific team of cystic fibrosis, personally, Mrs. Konstantina Giannaki, who, in all these endless Zooms that started with an 1-hour duration and went on until midnight, where she contributed with her brio and spirit. But Anna Spinu, also the president of the association, not only because she trusted me to illustrate and to write this book, which I repeat was a collective effort, for the story of the book seems to be a story coming from far back, not just from a memory. And I'd like to thank her for her passion, her inspiration, that gives strength to everybody and my own journey. I'd like to thank you very much. And should not limit anyone's life. Thank you very much from the heart.
Liana Tanezaki, σε ευχαριστούμε.
Thank you, Liana Tanezaki. It was a very beautiful presentation, and with no voice, you made it.
Αρχίσει, αλλά το κατάφερες και το
You did it all. You made it all by yourself. I will give the relay to Mrs. Petrohilou, who worked hard for this book. But before I do that, let me also say that this book was a dream we had. We've been having this dream for a very long time. It's not just something for the last months. We imagined how it would be if we, as young children, had such a book that would help us understand what cystic fibrosis is. So we want to give this to young children today, to give them a tool to understand. We didn't want a patient to do something extraordinary. It doesn't mean that because we suffer from cystic fibrosis, we have to become heroes and heroines. We don't have to go beyond ourselves. We don't have to prove anything to anyone. This is something that the old generation thought, and I think we should abandon this idea. We're ordinary people. This book will be distributed gratis to children, to caregivers, to anyone who would like to know something about the cystic fibrosis, together with the pouch. Our doctors will have copies to give to patients. And before giving the relay to Mrs. Petrohilou, I'd like to thank from the heart all the people who contributed, the board, Konstantina, Irini, Christos, Nadia, who gave their views about caregivers, about parents, our doctors, Mrs. Petrohilou. We stayed awake many nights, changing the book. Last but not least, Liana Venezaki. This is one of the best cooperations I've had in these 12 years in the association. It is the best project ever. It became reality thanks to you. You are so remarkable. Thank you for embracing it with love. It was not just going through the motions, it was from the heart. That's why it came out so nicely.
Το έκανε όλο αυτό το μαζί.
It is all this embracing, all this together. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Για να μιλήσει και...
Yes, Konstantina would like to take the floor, and then Ms. Petrohilou is going to close. Now it is my turn to thank my family. All this is done for Argyris, but they all help me to be here to help the association that's going to be helping Argyris. Argyris, together with his sister Trisevgeni and the whole family of Konstantina, were the ones who prepared the pouches, they placed the stamps and the books, etc., and undertook all this work that we see here today. They also helped with the writing. They were the first ones who tested the book, Argyris and Trisevgeni, and we thank them. Ms. Petrohilou, I think that we're all really touched. I think I speak on behalf of all healthcare professionals who saw this book and told us their opinion. And to us, this is a tool that will be helping for children, because children do have questions many a times. They want to know more about their disease. And we need to use terms that won't make them feel afraid. They will participate. And of course, it goes without saying that they will be afraid if they are not well explained. So thank you very much. This was a really interesting experience of the book, etc. I'd like to say this for Ms. Venezaki, because she immediately understood what cystic fibrosis is. And I was really impressed by the fact that she had understood very well, right from the first time, what we wanted. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think that we gave much information to Liana, etc. I think that Ms. Petrochilou was so helping. Thank you warmly. Now, thank you very much. You can get the book upon leaving. Now, this concludes our conference today. We have concluded it. We thank all those who were with us here. We thank all those who joined us on the internet. We thank all those who supported us to hold such a hybrid conference. We'd like to thank Verdex Pharmaceuticals for their kind support for the book and for the conference. We wish you all Merry Christmas. You can enjoy. We hope that we won't be needing the association soon. Thank you.
On the outside, you might just see a happy child playing. A child excited to explore the world. You might not see a child with cystic fibrosis until you start to see its symptoms as they progress over time. But if you could see inside, you would see the damage taking place. Even before you see the symptoms progress and become visible on the outside. Don't wait to see cystic fibrosis.